I now call on Ethan Garner, Youth and Children's Ministry intern at St. Paul's Chattanooga, who's coming forward to offer us a testimony.
Hey, y'all. Can you hear me good? All right. It took me weeks to understand what equipped me for my ministry. I couldn't find an answer no matter where I looked. And last week, I was so stressed out that I wouldn't finish this on time that I had no direction on what I wanted to write about. Then I saw someone with a flat tire, and I stopped to help them. They had stripped lug nuts, and it took way too long to take their tire off. And when we did, we found out that their spare was flat. So after we finished, I saw all the time that I set aside to write was gone. I had no time to finish what I needed to, and I felt directionless. But the next morning when I woke up, I knew what I needed to write about: helping. Something so simple, but it gets overlooked for convenience, attitude, and prejudice. Nearly 2 years ago, I started working at St. Paul's Chattanooga as the youth ministry intern. At the time, I didn't think it would lead far, but I knew going into college that I wanted to reconnect with my faith and try and be more involved in the church. Since then, I've had opportunities and experiences that have shaped who I am today. Throughout the next year, I began also working in children's ministry, and that's been quite the experience. But I loved all of it. I loved it so much that I ended up changing my major to child and family studies, and I finally feel like I'm in the spot where I'm supposed to be. Through this internship, I've had the opportunity and pleasure working with the youth from across the diocese, and I see the passion and knowledge that each of them hold. Seeing them grow and learn each week has quickly become one of my favorite parts of this journey. And alongside the youth, I see the importance of working with children. Whether it's VBS, Children's Chapel, or Sunday School, it's all been so fulfilling and rewarding. It quickly became obvious that I was getting more out of working at St. Paul's than I ever thought I would. I have Mackenzie Teal to thank for that, for encouraging and allowing me to grow and follow this, because my life has forever been changed through this. But with all that, it shockingly takes a lot of energy to be engaged and present with both children and the youth, which is the largest aspect of why I love what I do so much. I love to help when things feel stressful, or when someone feels lost, or even with the smallest things, like cleaning up half-empty Dr. Peppers after EYC. And the more I look, the more I find that helping is the core aspect of not just what I do, but who I am. We underestimate how much helping can change the world. Throughout each day, we all have thousands of chances to help, even in the smallest ways, because something as simple as holding the door for someone can make a difference. I carry the idea that if you have the ability to help, then you have the responsibility to help. This is evidently seen in August of last year when some friends and I were caught in a flash flood, and I thought I was going to lose my car and everything in it. Thankfully, we were able to reverse out and get to safety, but I had a feeling of responsibility to help. So instead of leaving, we stayed. We spent hours helping people out of their cars, carrying children to safety, and unfortunately, I had to face my fear of snakes. And with the use of some handy golf clubs, I picked up the copperhead and moved it out of the path that people were walking on. If you know anything about me, snakes scare me so deeply. Nevertheless, we helped. It was tiring, and we smelled about as good as you can after swimming in floodwater, but we had the responsibility to serve. I carry that lesson with me, and I hope that you all will take something from that, because it doesn't have to be in a flood or on the side of a freeway, but it can be jumping in and volunteering when no one else will, or taking the initiative to do it before someone even needs to ask. We all need each other's help, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thank you.